Hey, heart seekers, welcome to the Heart's Hello Show, where we believe that our hearts are the foundation of our well being and happiness. I am your host, Kiana Telena. Well, you guys, first, let me just say thank you for joining me on this journey, and then welcome to those who have just started this with us. We are walking through the word reveal. And for those of you all who have been following the show, I shared that every year around this time, I am given a word for the year. And so, with this year being reveal, I gave you an acronym, and it's revelation, enlightenment, vision, expose, awareness, and learning. And so, this week, we are going to dive deep into the word expose. Now, you guys, let me just say, I don't know if it's just me, but the moment this word reveal was given, there has definitely been some revelation in my life. There have been some things that have been illuminated where I'm like, where is this coming from? But that's with the power of our words. That's when we begin to ask for certain things begin to show up in our lives. And it's not that they have not always been there. It's that now we are shining a light on particular areas. So this word expose, most times when you hear it, it's in a negative connotation. And I want to just give you a couple of definitions for the word expose. Expose is a verb and a noun. So in its verb form, to expose something is to make something visible, or typically by uncovering, to reveal or unmask, to subject to risk, harm, or danger, to subject to light, X-rays, or some other form of radiant energy, to make known, reveal, or lay open to public view, especially something unfavorable or embarrassing. And expose in its noun form is a report or description of a scandal or controversial situation, a public exposure or revelation as something discreditable. So again, when we hear the word expose, we automatically think that this is going to be something negative. But I'm here to tell you that yes, it can be negative, but yes, it can also be positive. Because the word expose is to be able to bring light to something that was already hidden. But if it was hidden, that also means that it was already there. And I want to just say that as we are going through each one of these lessons, I'm hoping that you all are taking time to really do a deep dive into each one of the shows and the words that I have been given, because I promise you, if you have been walking this journey with me, if you started out with revelation and then you looked into enlightenment and vision, and now this week expose, if you have been doing the work, each one of those areas have been showing up in your life. There has been some areas that are being revealed to you that you didn't even realize were there. And so this show is about our heart posture. This show is being able to dive into those areas that we are typically trying to cover up, but they are already there. And so in this show, in this episode today, I want you to check your heart. I want you to check your motives. I want you to check those areas that you kind of typically just shrug off, because as we're going through this word expose, I need you to really expose those things that are within you, not focusing in on anybody else, because this is self work. This is work that you have to do. Yes, it's easier to turn and point the finger at someone else or to try to expose what's going on in someone else's life. But I promise you that it's even more enlightening when you are exposing areas within yourself, because they are bettering you for this version that you are trying to create. So what exactly is it that you need to expose? Well, I want you to just kind of visualize yourself and being in a dark room, right? And you have a flashlight. So the room is pitch black. You've turned on this flashlight, and the only thing that is being lit up is going to be those areas that you shine light to with your flashlight. The same thing is going to apply as we're doing this work in Expose, because I need you to take some time to really close your eyes and look at those areas within you that need some exposure. Yeah, I can say right now it's going to hurt, because when you expose you to you, that's the worst kind of feeling, especially if you have been lying to you. So you're going to have to expose those things that need to be exposed. I need you to shine that light on those areas where you have been trying to you've been digging holes. You're constantly digging and putting things in it. And at this point, you've forgotten where all of the things are that you have hidden. But now I need you to take that light and expose what it is. You're not exposing it to anyone else. The only person that matters is going to be you. So if it's going to be trauma, expose it to yourself. If it's going to be the fact that you have been hiding your feelings, expose it to yourself. If it is the fact that, you are not even just true with how you feel, your feelings of love and resentment and jealousy and hatred towards others, you're going to have to expose that. Your self-worth. What are your deep-seated beliefs of you? Is it that you feel like you're not good enough? Is it that, where is it stemming from? Expose it. What are the denials that you have? Refusing to admit to yourself that you may have an addiction about something, behavior, patterns, thoughts. Expose it. Some of you all may be fighting with your ambitions and dreams because you're trying to suppress the fact that your true desires or aspirations, you may think that they're too lofty or unrealistic and that you may be judged by others. Expose it. You don't have to, again, you're not exposing it to anyone else except for you. This is your time to sit with you and take that flashlight and shine it on whatever area in your life you feel is dark. Because as we're walking through this journey, you're going to need to be able to see clearly. You're going to need to know, where are your stumbling blocks? You need to know what is going on beside you. But if you're afraid to expose to you what's going on with you, how are you showing up in your relationships? How are you showing up with others when you need to be vulnerable and share with them what's going on? When you can't even talk about your feelings to yourself. Now, I'm raising my hand because I'm right there with you all. When there are times when you're trying to have conversations and you just can't find the words. Well, what is that about? What is it about your true feelings that you are afraid to admit to? Are you afraid that the person isn't going to feel the same way that you feel? Are you afraid that you will be rejected? What are those feelings and where are they coming from? See, when you get a chance to really expose things, again, I said that it can be negative and positive, but based on how you see life. I need to know me. I need to know that if there are some areas in my life that are just dark because I don't want to deal with them. Well, guess what? That's just like walking around in that same room that I told you to turn that flashlight on. Now imagine you being in this room that you've never been in before and you don't have your flashlight. At some point, you're going to hit a wall. At some point, you're going to stump that little baby toe and you are going to be hurt. So these are the times that you're going to have to take the moments and the time to sit down and figure out what it is. Expose it. Expose it to you. If you have someone that you can trust, write it down. If you're not great with your words, write down how you're feeling. That was me. I would get to a place where I would just clam up because I'm trying to find the words, and I'm so busy trying to figure out, well, what is the person going to say if I say it like this? Just say it. Either they're going to like it or not, but at least you have said it. You have said it to the point where now you feel better. But if you're not going to expose it, then who will? You're going to be sitting with the feeling that, I wish I would have said it this way. I wish I would have done it this way. But you have the opportunity to. See, I want us to get to a place, and I say us because I have not arrived. I'm walking through this journey of life with you. So what is it that we need to do? What is it that when we're exposing something or bringing it to light, how can we make this into a good thing? Why? One of the reasons is because it promotes transparency, y'all. Exposure ensures that our actions and decisions and our processes are transparent. It's not just crucial in our personal lives, but it's true in how we deal business. It's true in how we show up in our relationships and friendships, because our transparency, it fosters trust and accountability. So if your exposure is being accountable to you, like when you're wrong, when your wrongful actions or decisions are exposed, hold yourself accountable. Stop waiting on someone else to come and to say, you know what, you shouldn't have done that. Be the first person to raise your hand and say, you know what, I shouldn't have done it that way. I shouldn't have said it that way. I shouldn't have shown up that way. That was wrong. Exposing yourself. Exposure, y'all, it facilitates growth and healing. And this is just going to be on a personal level, because we have to deal with our emotions and we have to deal with our traumas so that we can begin our first steps towards healing. If we're trying to hold on to what may have transpired in the past, it's preventing our growth and our healing. So we have to recognize and confront our issues as often as possible, not waiting until you are in a pressure cooker phase where you have been holding on to months and months and months of stuff. It's preventing your growth. It is preventing your growth. Exposure is going to spark a positive change, because when you have sat down with yourself, with that flashlight, and closed your eyes to figure out what those areas that have been dark need to be illuminated, you're not worried about what someone else might say or what someone else is going to come into your yard and dig up all of those things that you have buried, because you have already exposed it to yourself. So you're not surprised. You're not shocked when it comes out. You're not embarrassed or shameful or feeling guilty. You've already exposed that to you. And if it's something that you need to be able to expose to others, then you do so. Because no one can hold over your head something that you have already exposed yourself. There is no ammunition there. That's like a person standing there with a gun with no bullets. They have fired off their shot, but nothing has come out because they have no bullets. You have already exposed yourself. So exposure also promotes authenticity. Again, we're exposing our true feelings and beliefs, even if it's unpopular. Why? Because it's now going to connect you and have genuine connections for your authentic life. I believe that when you show up as an imposter, when you are presenting this facade, you begin to bring people around you who are also dealing with that same imposter syndrome, they're having the same facades that you have. Why? Because like-minded people attract like-minded people. If you're doing one thing, guess what? You're going to attract that same energy. And so in order for you to have the lasting relationships that you want, the lasting friendships, the great careers, the businesses and the associates and all of these clients and the things that you want, you're going to have to show up and be the authentic person that you are designed to be. And if that means that you need to disrupt the norm, then you're going to have to disrupt it. I like to say that I'm a disruptor. I'm the person that's going to raise my hand in the meeting and I'm going to question what it is that you said. I'm not going to wait until after, the meeting has broke and said, you know what, I'm going to go over here to this little clique and have this conversation about, no. If you've had questions about something in the meeting, there's a way to be tactful about it, but raise your hand. Ask the question. Because you have to be who you're going to be all the time, not just when it's convenient for you. So I'm excited, you all, because I know that you all are going to be the best individuals, the best versions of you if you're doing the work. Now, I say that all the time. If you are doing the work, you have to make a decision to do it or not. And it's no one else's fault if what you want is not showing up, because you have enough information to move your feet. Now, again, I've shared with you all that exposure can be both positive and negative. But I'm going to focus only in on the positive, because I believe that although the things that may come up, they may be negative, but it's a positive at the end, because now it can't be held over your head. You know that you are transparent. You know that you're accountable. You know that you're growing and healing. You know that you're a positive person. You know that this is preventing any manipulation or deception. You know that it is promoting authenticity when you are exposing those areas that need to be illuminated. So your homework is to sit with you. Again, close your eyes. Get that flashlight out. Figure out where are those areas that have been dark. Light them up. Light it up and figure out why are they still there. Expose it to you. Expose it to those who are close to you. And there is no judgment, because at this point you have decided that you want a better version of you. And in order for you to get that better version, you're going to have to do this work. No one else can do it for you. I can't do it for you. Your family can't do it for you. Your spouse can't do it for you. Your job can't do it for you. These are things that you have to do for you. And so for those of you who feel like, I just have so much stuff to do, the only reason why you have so much stuff to do is because you don't want to really deal with the stuff that needs to be dealt with. You're being busy just to be busy. If you wanted to deal with the things that are within you, you'll make time. Because I promise you that if you continue to just keep piling on things, keep digging holes, that stuff is going to get heavy. And you're not going to be able to show up the way that you need to be able to show up. So this assignment is not for anybody else, it's for you. Because you deserve it. You said that you want a better life. You said that this is what you want. So go get it. Go get everything that you said that you want, because it's there. It's yours for the taking. So I'm excited I'm excited, you all, and I hope that you can hear the passion in my voice because I'm excited about you joining me on this adventure of the heart's hello. This is not just a show. This is about transformation. And if you're only coming here just for motivation, then I don't know what to tell you. But I know that you want more. So if you want more, keep following the show because together we're going to embrace vulnerability, learn from each other, and spread love, one heartfelt hello at a time. Until next time, follow us at The Heart's Hello on Instagram. And if you want to just, follow us to see what's going on, drop us a line at www.theheartshello.com. I look forward to journeying with you, and I'll see you the next time. Bye. I'll see you the next time. All right. Bye.